live in Onion Lake, Treaty 6 territory. We're at the high school. We're set up here at the here with McCaden Hill. He's helping me out with all of this. How you doing, McCaden?
I'm doing all right. Early start today, low. Just finishing it up now.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot we were actually live streaming this. I remembered yesterday evening. But we are here in Onion Lake, just for the viewers out there. We have the federal government representatives here in the community, along with our chief and council and our treaty governance department and our treaty governance team. We are assigning a signing ceremony taking place this morning. It's regarding to excuse me regarding treaty-based funding to health. And there's a lot of work that's because I was a part of it in the beginning, as you may or may chief and council, but this was even prior to our term. I remember when these discussions were initiated, I think it was under about there. So we're about 10 years into this. There's a lot of groundwork and a lot of legwork that's taken place for treaty people, primarily Onion Lake, based on our nation and federal level. Also with the crown or it's kind of a big deal today.
Yeah, it's a really big part of our treaties.
Yeah, taking place. I know it's a lot, and I know it's but what's your thoughts?
My thoughts on it.
Yeah,
My thoughts on it is it's finally happening. It's finally getting done.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to live is good. Okay, guys, we're gonna switch the mic over back to the main mic here to Vern. Vern is the MC. They're still getting prepared. They're gonna do an honor song here.
You're welcome.
I think they're waiting for a couple more people. We'll do a little quick flyby here with the camera, show our leadership. We have Counselor Dorian Mason. We have one of our high school staff here, Bev Carter. We have Counselor Bernadine Harper, Counselor Ivan Harper, Health Director Albert Jimmy, Ogama Lewis, Chief Lewis, not sure who these people are, but these guys are representing the federal government. I believe INAC is who they represent. Oh, I remember this guy. This guy was at the negotiating table for a long time too with all of this. I remember him and Chief Lewis. So that guy has a relationship with Onion Lake. We have our singers here. We're gonna be open. Okay, we're gonna switch mics.
Festivities going here right now. We'll get started with, we'll get the singers to come up to center stage, and honor us with an honor song to start things off in a good way. Leon, Astamik Warrior Society, kapeng kamusta magunuak. Ahaw, nigamuk. Hi, hi. I believe we have one more song. Hi, thank you very much. And two wonderful songs. The first one was an honor song that asked the Creator to give thanks to Creator for another beautiful day. And if we do that daily, it will take us a long way on our journey. And that last song was a seasonal song for our friends and family who don't know. That was a Santa Claus is coming to town, I think is how you would say in English, right? But thank you, singers, the Warrior Society, for your contribution. We'll have you sing a song again a little bit later on. My name is Vernon Lewis. I will be your MC for this morning and for this wonderful occasion. It's a beautiful day. It was a little bit chilly, but I think it settled down a little bit. Now that the winds have died down just a touch. This morning, I got up, and as well as during the pipe ceremony, I was thinking about what our forefathers and our ancestors had arranged for us back in 1876 during Treaty 6 signing. That is what we are celebrating today, and an extension of the medicine chest clause that we have are working on along with the government. So miyasin, it is a beautiful day. Nanas. But we're going to catch up. So we're just going to go straight to the signing. No, I'm just kidding. If we, according to the agenda, we're going to ask to see if we can have come on up here and grace us with your presence. Thank you very much. And you say a few words too as well.
Myself and my colleagues to the beautiful Onion Lake First Nation. It was absolutely gorgeous on our drive-in today, and we're very honored to be here. Before I begin my opening remarks, I'd like to make a tobacco offering to Olcn ago when I was fairly new in my position and joining the work of the working group. I did an and we needed his patience and all of your patience as into action. So today I'd like to make an offering to Okma Lewis to ask him and all of you for your continued work with us as we work on the next step after today's signing to help realize the vision for you and your community. I'd also like to acknowledge the elder in the pipe ceremony this morning for starting us off in a good way, and for the Warrior Society for the honor song. The drumming really touches my heart. And I think, just personally, this couldn't be held in a more perfect situation than in such a beautiful new high school with all the students and youth here with us today. The signing, and I think I speak on behalf of all of my colleagues, is a big step forward in the vision that we've understood from your nation for today, but also for the 7 generations to come. So thankful that the youth can be with us here today. So now that I've not spoken from my notes at all, I'll try to find my spot. I'd like to extend our sincere appreciation to Okma Lewis, to the counselors and all the officials we've worked with over these last many years on the negotiation process, for their generosity of time, of spirit, and of knowledge. We've had to walk a path of reconciliation together where there was no rule book and we were figuring it out together. And as officials, I think we learned a lot about what nation-to-nation relationships mean and how we needed to work differently, question what we've done together in the past, and find a new path forward together. So I'd like to thank all the members of the Joint Working Group who played such a pivotal role in realizing the development of this really unique, one-of-a-kind negotiated arrangement. Colleagues from numerous federal departments, Justice, CERNAC, Indigenous Services Canada. This was a whole of government approach to do things differently, to work together differently, and to help realize the vision that Onion for so many years. We're privileged to have the opportunity to partner with Onion Lake as we sign this agreement today as the first milestone in what we know as a longer-term vision for the nation. And we look forward to working with Onion Lake's leadership, officials, and councillors as we work together as a whole of government to realize that nation for everybody here in the room today and for the many generations to come. So I know I don't speak for myself in closing, just for myself, but for many of the officials that are here with me today. We come to work every day to try to do a good job, to try to build a more just and fair society for everyone. But it's not very often opportunity to work with people who really change who you are as a person, who really hopefully make you a better person for the years to come. And that's the counselors and the advisors. I think what's happened over these many, many years. I think we're all leaving these arrangements, but hopefully having learned and taken lessons with us that will help us build a fair, more just society for Onion Lake and for all other First Nations across the country. So thank you very much, and we look forward to the rest of the ceremony today.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, Gantumanu, we will ask Okimau Henry Lewis to come up and say a few words on this occasion.
Tall as you, Umbre. Tamai kuhtau ino nenas komono humagantik tahtu kapmi nanstu tamig. Higuk Gisukas tamaguyak kiwi. Kapnuna tamaguyak. Ipmuani tamamu. Tahtu gisigaw. Ibn nanas kumuyan no kumagantig. Higuk spot tuskay no gagi. Weeks na moya kap kanakatamaguyak kanakatamoya ko kisto gili. Kap misoyim ko si misoni ganim tsik. Time ga po na no me ga tsito ni nanditi tahto misko na magusya. Muta kap pics ko istamata. Hawas atyo hawas sa kinohtim gagitutagik. I stand here today in front of you with mixed emotions, giving a lot of thanks for reaching this milestone today. It is for you, students and the young ones, and yet the ones yet to be born. Treaties are powerful. You should get to know them. To talk on your behalf when it comes to treaties. Know that tobacco that was given to me, that's all you need. Information from the elders that we still have today. Know them. Be bleak, not to discourage you, but rather to encourage you to learn the journeys, to learn about our ceremonies. For those of you that don't know me as your leader, I'm also the Sundance Lodge keeper. And that's what keeps us going. It's important to to know that. So please know your histories, know the treaties, know our inherent rights. What are they? Inherent rights were there before treaty. We had everything, and we still do. To the team that we've been working tirelessly with, that bring us today. From the ADM office, moving forth with good faith as proposed by the MOU. Andrea, thank you very much also for your understanding and commitment. And also Dean Norton. I don't know when we're going to be retiring, Dean. Is it soon? But I'd like to acknowledge you too for the hard work that you did. Many years of service. And that's going. Just to give you a little bit of history behind all of this. About 10 years ago, to the band meeting, if it was okay not to sign the health agreement anymore as it was, and we asked the band members if we cannot sign, do not sign for now, but go after a treaty-based agreement. And we got that blessing. It was a hard, long, it took us 8 years to get to where we are. We developed a joint working group. And we asked the feds if they can get somebody on the joint working group that has the authority, at least to make decisions around that table. In terms of reference, you took quite a while too. Finally, we had reached an agreement, came to our nation, and we signed that MOU back in 2018 in May. That's why I was a little emotional raising this day. I like to, in Treaty 6, we have that special clause in there that protects us, that gives us the treaty right to health. It's called medicine. That's what it's called. And to me and to us, we see that as universal health care. I want to make a presentation moving forward. Our next meeting scheduled is February 5th, next after the break. This interim arrangement means framework. This is a bilateral relationship outside of AFN, not to the organizations. We maintain that stand. But I want to make a treaties, when you noticed, go back to the treaty site. Negotiators at the time, the chiefs of Gumog, agreed to treaty, and this represents the spirit and intent of treaty. And we do a ceremony in for And I'd like to make a presentation to Jennifer, if I may. If you can come and get this. This is what that's the lots that I still do. And I did a 4-year ceremony just because I wanted to see what I want to really achieve. So that Jennifer. When I talk about the MOU, and I say that you'll get a lot of this too, in return the Creator will grant you and all the federal workers that have worked with us, where we'll be starting from, starting point. We'll have always remind you that's where I'm coming from as a leader. I'd like to thank you. And also, I have an open invitation to the East Minister, Patty Haiju, and a direct letter to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. If you can hand deliver these letters on our behalf, requesting a one-on-one meeting with them. Thank you. Piece of water. Welcome, in the spirit of treaty. Today's signing is a key moment, celebration, and the first step to which would be many of critical steps required to achieve our nation's goal to a treaty-based health funding arrangement. Our unwavering commitment is to complete a nation-to-nation arrangement that upholds and respects our treaty and inherent rights. Treaty is ongoing and sacred obligation, enduring as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the river flows. The next essential step after today is to secure a long-term treaty-based health agreement, community health programs, services, benefiting our community now and well into the future generations. Our nation has been progressively developing and over many years upon holistic treaty-based foundation. Our nation is part of Treaty Number 6, which contains the medicine chest clause, or the Muskegee medicine chest, which refers to comprehensive commitment to the health of our people. The process that we have undertaken with the government demonstrates the possibility of reconciliation and return of a true spirit intent of treaty. Our elders continue to call for better relationship for the sake of our future generations. Spirit intent of Number 6, medicine chest. We are committed to getting the work done within our process also demonstrates that there are alternatives to legislation. The current federal legislation framework regrettably overlooks our treaty relationship in a way that protects our treaty and inherent rights as a sovereign nation. The interim agreement is an important milestone. It's a milestone, but cannot be the last. A treaty-based treaty funding arrangement upholds the honor of the Crown and continue for future generations. As a nation, we feel it's imperative to start the next. We are grateful to have confirmed the next joint working group on February 5th, 2025, on Elk Cree Nation and your officials within the First Nations Inuit Health Brand and since 2018 and will aid in the next discussions. An agreement has been very successful administrating health programs, but also includes treaty to our authority to do so with the acknowledgement of our law. And we continue to exercise our sovereignty by completing and exercising the implementation of health and privacy laws, unlike financial law, which strongly support this work. This work on the path, our elders continue to call on better relationship to the sake of our future generations. In the original spirit intent of our treaty number 6, medicine chest, we are committed in getting work done within a short time frame. This can be a process that brings honor to the crown. I look forward to carrying the work forward. Kinanaskum tinawaga kyo, hay hay.
Hi, Olcn. Thank you very much. And although he's not on the agenda, I'm going to ask Albert Jimmy to come up and say a few words too as well. Albert, Astam.
Nigana na naskumon. Ite ya ka pinachega spogana iksep. Sta haya. Haya. Umahaya. Kautita maitaya. Thank the Creator and the elders that did the pipe ceremony this morning. And we have reached a milestone here. We're signing this interim agreement. I don't know, my feelings are still inside of me, and eventually they'll come out and I'll probably cry. Anyway, it's an exciting day today. And I'll give you a little history on the process of where we started. We took over the health programs in 1993. That's 31 years ago. And we signed the agreement every 5 years. All through this time, the agreement changed without consultation. The agreement changed. The clauses disappeared, especially the most important clause. Clauses that were out. Initially, they put them behind. Eventually, they took them out. This is the process they were using, and the leader. But anyway, 2008, there were a few bands that got together. They objected for them to sign. There was quite a few, probably maybe 20 First Nations. But most of them, started signing because they couldn't hold on. There were 2 bands left at the last stage. And we were, standing our ground. And as a default ban, just because we didn't like the agreement. And that's the only, I guess, that was about 15 years, or 3 renewals. Every renewal is 5 years, so 15 years. And or funder. And we object to it right up to ADM's office surplus. That was 15 years after. After that 1 year, the leadership of the day, an agreement, that was 2009. And from there on, it didn't work also, to our favor. That man we used to sign the first takeover the health programs expired, and they come up with a new man. It still didn't fly with the leadership. And 2014, 5 years after, they object to it, and they did, or they signed it in juris. And so read on like that. So there was a new form of government 2015. Liberals came in, new health minister, that he had going to struck up a working team, joint working team. And the joint working team put goals or tasks, or priorities what they're going to work on. To go over the agreement again, which we have objected for the last so many years. So the legal team, the federal people, legal team went through it, and they came back all denied, so we're back to square one. So both federal and the nation. So that went to Ottawa and got approved by the cabinet to work on treaty-based arrangement. So that's when it treaty-based funding agreement that time. And today, we're opening that door a little wider with signing this interim agreement. When I mentioned that the agreement that we were given was keep changing and changing and changing, today, the joint working team agreed to put some of those clauses back and some. So the plan was, if we struck up this short-term agreement, the main goal is to finish the treaty-based arrangement. That's what we need to do now. So today is a very good day for me anyway. We open that door to the treaty arrangement, a little wider, and hopefully down the road it's going to be wide open. And that's the day really we'll celebrate. The government will have to, according to need. That's what treaty-based arrangement is really all about. To fund us according to need. Money, oh, you need this, without even conferring or consulting with us. And hopefully, I'd like to thank the people working on the joint working team, and also Dean Norton. Dean Norton is one of the long time retired recently, but he's still working. I'd like to thank you, Dean, and also and Jennifer. And there was quite a few since 1993 really, 31 years ago. And I really appreciate the support that I had from the leadership. Without them, I don't think we would have gone this far. Thank you.
Hi, Albert. Thank you very much. And I'm kind of glad Albert introduced our visitors here this morning. Your last names are like crazy. I'm just kidding. Again, Ivan Harper, and if we can have you, Ivan, come up and say a few words.
Thanks, Vern. I won't. These were really what the chief and Albert have really described how it's been. It was a really good. Basically, today we on up. This is about we won our second round, so we're celebrating. But the real thing is 3 years from now. 3 years from now, the end goal is to get the government to help us to cover things on what we say health costs for our people. Not what they say, but to come to an agreement. We're halfway there. I just want to, just one, you have to understand, these are hundreds and hundreds of hours of meetings. One word can change a whole direction of something. You talk about words with words, so young people get good at words, because words are everything. I'm telling you, words are everything in the future. Amazing. We basically got the work done. We were so excited. Hey, we're done, or sort of done, 90% done, whatever. But I remember that feeling was just like we got this done, and I just want to say a really special thanks to Henry and the leadership, and of course the ADM leading their team, seeing forward in the future, holding on to the past with the strength to go forward. And so there's going to be a lot of work ahead. Keep praying. You young crowd, you're going to be the ones in the future. This is the main one. But thank you for coming to our community. And sometimes we don't realize how beautiful our community is. But isn't it? I think every one of us, that's what we love about home, when we come over Jumbo and you see the land. That's our land. So thank you for coming. And it's good. It's a good day. Thanks.
Thank you, Ivan. Portfolio Counselor for Health, and the second Portfolio Counselor for Health is Bernadine Harper too as well. Bernadine, go ahead, Squan. Just putting her on the spot.
Thank you. Good morning. I'll use my, usually I speak my fluent Cree, but I'm addressing students here, so language. I don't really want to repeat everything that has been said already. I just want to let students know that our ancestors, way back when, really have done so much. Where we are today, they really believed in ceremonies, and the pipe ceremony is one of them. Sundance is another, and Ogimao spoke about those ceremonies. Ceremony is very important. I know that standing here today, I really put my 100% faith in our ceremonies and praying. So when we want something in life for our community, for future generations, it's really important to use tobacco and ceremony and ask Creator to guide us in the direction that we need to lead our people. Our ancestors have led us to where we are today. All the strong, courageous, intelligent leaders that we've had in Onion Lake, their part in where we are today. So I want to thank all our past leadership. I want to thank our visitors. So that's all I really need to say. I don't want to hold up much time. Thank you for the working group. You've done a great job. And that's what kept us going. And that's what will keep us going, because we need to keep moving forward. There are so many generations to come, strong foundation for them. So with that, young students, learn and understand history.
Thank you, Bernadine, Councillor Bernadine Harper. Just to acknowledge the two other wonderful ladies that are Counselor Doreen Mason. Thank you very much for joining us. She's here too. And Bev Carter too as well. And I believe you're part of the board too as well. Board, hi. Thank you very much for being here. Well, we've come to the part where we're going to ask okay, to do the signing, both signatories to the table. If we can have both of you make your way to the table, and also we'll invite good pictures to be taken. So if we can have Jennifer, Assistant Deputy Minister Jennifer Wheatley and Ogimao Lewis to the front table there. And as they sign, Bev will be there to sign right after them too as part of the board for Onion Lake Health. Take pictures. This is a really special event. This is once in a lifetime or twice in a lifetime. About the MOU that was talked about earlier when the MC for that occasion too as well during the signing of the MOU. And here I am again, many years later, MCing this it's been an honor. It's been a good road. Bev, if we can have you go sign too. It's a beautiful day and a great day too as well. We're at the part where we're going to be doing some gift exchanges. I believe Ogimao Lewis is going to do some presentations. Ogimao. I'm going to move the table just a little bit forward so there's some room here.
I'd like to you again, Piego Semina. But you know, our guests are very well deserving to an appreciation, certificate of appreciation. And I'd like to get Jennifer to come and get this. The joint working group on treaty-based funding between Onion Lake, which is Onion Lake Cree Nation, Onion Lake Health Board, and First Nations Inuit Health Branch again. And also a treaty medal here to represent our treaty signing of 1876. That one.
All right. Reynoldson, acting Regional Executive, First Nations Inuit Saskatchewan Region, ISK.
Thank you. Assistant Director of Partnership and Agreement, Saskatchewan Region, Indigenous Services Canada, Onion Lake Health Board, and First Nation Inuit Health Branch.
Okay, this one is going out to Dean Norton, Certificate of Appreciation, Senior Advisor, Saskatchewan Region, Indigenous Service Canada, for your commitment and support at the Joint Working Group on Treaty-Based Funding between Nehioaski, Onion Lake Health Board, Inc., and First Nations and Inuit Branch is Canada. Dean Norton, come up, please.
Hi, thank you very much. And I'd just like to acknowledge Councillor Irene Carter. She's here too as well. Thank you very much for joining us. The event that we have the honors song once again, a different honors song, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Jennifer, you had a...
Thank you. So we'd like to also offer a gift in recognition of this important milestone. Onion Lake Cree Nation works on its longer-term goals for a treaty-based relationship. Okama?
How nigamog tawa yota semina. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on such a wonderful occasion. Song from Warrior Society. And we're going to invite you to the feast a little bit afterwards too as well. Don't go away too far. Aho. Hey, hey. And as luck would have it, you know what? We are 10 minutes ahead of schedule on the agenda. This is here community feast, but I believe we have a dinner that is going to be taking place here too as well. So we just finished breakfast.
Again, just a little, little side note from me, from my perspective on all this. um, like they mentioned, like Chief Lou, for all the treaty people across the land, um, this is a trail, maybe for other communities to maybe get some idea funding agreements, which is something Onion Lake doesn't want to entertain. There's a lot of status quo or the traditional funding arrangements that takes place between the feds in honor of the crown and our treaty communities, our treaty people. Overall is new and it's outside of, it's thinking outside the box. Onion Lake, this is huge. Onion Lake, this is huge. Yeah, yeah. This will blow your mind. Throw that on.
Kevin Spahich. I'm one of the vice principals at the high school here at Segascooch High School.
Yeah.
And we've had some of our. I did see it.
Yeah. I think one of the thing that they said was just to have, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this kind of a format you see now. Going to replace you one of these days, so
Yeah.
you got to be working on them already, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're doing good. So I don't know if you caught the other part. There's
Yes.
five students from here. There's Cassius, Ian, Tiandra. There's Cassius, Ian, Tiandra, Julianne. She's at Kiheo, and McCaden, Leia's I think older brother or cousin or something. But yeah, so I usually have them on the live stream. I have Shonila and Nyana.
Yes, they were at the one with
At-
Ashley. Were at the one with
At-
Ashley.
Which is pretty cool. Kind of have two little crews going, one on the live streaming, like on the boots on the ground, and then the other one at the studio.
It's not just plug one thing in and put a camera on. There's a lot more, and I'm looking at all they've got a very fancy soundboard. Looks like the camera control, zooming in and out. It's
Even the headset.
is incredible.
Yeah, we did summer games this past summer, and the kids here had those plastic canopies over us, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
had cameras set up around the ball diamond,
Mhm.
and we're able to switch cameras. Right now, we just have the one camera.
That's good because then they can't see us.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could look
yeah,
like anything.
Yeah, and usually we'll have one here on that tripod right there, and we'll put one here, and so we could switch.
And for the listeners, probably better.
yeah.
So I went with our theme and tried to dress in pajama attire. So it's
Yeah.
not as.
Be a
this is-
little res boy
It's
here.
comfortable. You got to be comfortable in
Yeah.
this role.
Yeah, and that's a good. Or Ian, their role with this thing is in front of the camera on the mic, so they got it dressed to impress.
From what I've seen from Cash, is
The viewers, like our community people, they enjoy them,
Yeah.
and they encourage, like, keep them going.
leaders currently,
Mhm.
but also the young people. Have you had some of the counselors in studio at all for?
Going back to the summer games thing before we move on, yeah, the cool thing I was watching on my, you know how I have little TikTok videos and stuff.
Yep.
I get highlights once in a while that show up on my.
Fantastic. I wish your viewers could see what we're wearing now.
Yeah.
But of course, then they'd see me. Yeah, Albert spoke a bit of the context, the history of this, how far back it dates, and what the significance of this is. But for the viewers who didn't, I think to me, Albert's was maybe they just skipped right past that part. But I don't know.
They
If,
should have did that.
but that opens up a. I don't know.
They
If,
should have did that.
but that opens up a great opportunity for you. You
And
mean
then the
before they leave
student-
today or another day?
Another day.
Another day.
And then the st-
You
and
mean
then
before
the
they leave
student
today or another day?
another day.
Another day.
And then the students could just sit in, observe, and listen, and the history behind this.
Yeah. One of the
Which is not much.
About going direct through Treasury Board.
Yeah.
And that's more of a funding thing. So rather than going direct to or indirectly through, push was, at least in other departments, was treaty-based funding should go directly to Treasury Board because you know the needs of the people here in Onion Lake, and then other departments first. And now, is that what's happening here with health? Are we sort of
Yeah. That's what this ceremony, like they said, the analogy of the NHL round 1, round 2, round 3, we just got out of round 1, which was, like the chief said, was an 8-year process. But said the 31-year process, like there's a lot of, like they said, a lot of hours that went into this. So with what you're saying with the Treasury Board funding, the way it flows and the impacts of third parties, funneling through there, we're eliminating that in the spirit of like the treaty relationship with the crown, getting rid of the whatever in the middle.
People may not realize that at the federal government level, the other departments go through Treasury Board for, and then that stuff has to be passed through the House of Commons. So, but they control basically the purse strings.
Yeah.
And so I think that the reserves like Onion Lake that are pushing for the treaty funding, my understanding is they want to deal directly with Treasury Board so they don't have to go through these other departments. And, I don't want to dive too far over. I don't know how long we have here, but into the info, likely won't be in there for that much longer. And if you listen to what some of the other parties, namely the Conservatives, are talking about right now, there does seem to be a willingness to work with First Nations, at least on infrastructure natural resource projects,
Yeah.
and give them more say in how they're doing things. And if through into this type of thing for autonomy, I think that could be a really good thing for First Nations, not
Yeah.
just Onion Lake, but all First Nations across the country that are interested in that self-governance, that are interested in controlling their own resources without having to, go through federal levels or work with the provinces.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of politics, like there's a lot of overhead
Yeah.
kind of agreements previously with other community, like the range of variables is really huge for each community. And for Onion Lake, we're really which is what I was just talking about, we're really lucky to have the elders that we had historically till now, even, and to be strong in our ceremonies and our language and our history. Like we have Fort Pitt just down the road, so the descendants of the actual treaty signing that took place, that we're here.
And for those that don't know, I mean, Treaty 6 is an absolutely huge geographic area, and the two locations where the Treaty 6, one of the two, as you mentioned, is Fort Pitt, which is 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
So it's very close geographically to where we're sitting. And yeah, I mean, you get groups that are west of Edmonton, their closest treaty signing is here. That's over 3.5 hours away from here.
Yeah.
For those groups to come to having that significance. So
Yeah.
there's geographically, there's a lot of importance to the Onion Lake area too.
Yeah, there's another challenge here too, and it's the legislation that's happening in Ottawa. A lot of the impacts or the legislation they're rolling out, and they have been rolling out, reflect like the treaty relationship and the way it's evolved since 1876. What took place today, this ceremony with the signing of the health agreement on a treaty-based funding perspectives of original funding arrangements with the feds and our different departments and stuff like that. So this health is a reflection of with education, like, they're in the same process as this.
Ivan said today too about the importance of language, and when the treaties were originally written, understand English.
Yeah.
So there were things probably lost in that, but the message behind it, the big word, and that's what this is all relating back to,
Yeah.
right? Is the reason that we're having these discussions at all now is because there was a 86 signing that said medicine chest would be provided, and at the time, to my understanding,
Yeah.
you and me weren't there, but at the time, the medicine chest I think was medicines, but more modern medicines being provided for the First Nations people in conjunction with the traditional healing and medicines that First
Yeah.
Nations are already using.
Yeah.
So it's language is important, and be neat to see where this goes. And I do hope, Fraser, that you can put something together in the future with an opportunity for people to phone in, some advertising ahead of time so people know that one's coming up.
Yeah.
And I think something like that would augment and sort of follow what just happened here today. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so this is a historical event,
Absolutely.
in 100 years from now, kind of like the way the treaties are with Fort Pitt 1876, again, that original vision. So this is like a milestone that we'll be able to come back on, especially with the actual signing, you
Yeah.
know.
Seen personally, a signing of a document done in this way. The only thing I've ever seen before is people sign their marriages,
Yeah,
weddings. But
yeah.
something like this was pretty neat. And we did. I don't know if people realize this, but we had witnessing this. So hopefully that's something they take away and remember in their future.
Yeah, totally.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I actually forgot about. I got emailed to come and do this, and I forgot to put it in my calendar. I've been so busy the past 2 months with this stuff,
I only heard about this 2 days ago.
like going all over the place, and yeah. So I forgot last night, and I was, just winding down in the evening, and then I remembered. I had to message my buddy that helps me here. I said, "Hey, we gotta go live stream in the morning." He said, "Okay, pick me up." So we were here, a little late, but we got it done. We were able to set up here.
Yeah, we started making
Yeah,
sure everybody had fit, but it was
which
nice
was
too.
perfect for us.
Worked for you guys,
Yeah,
but it was also really nice to. So, I mean, you're only looking at our auditorium right now, and this is only one small part of what is about a $40 million school that was built only 3.5 years ago.
48, just under 48. I remember.
Well, I think Fraser pocketed $8 million there. Something happened. What's going on here? That's where we got the sound equipment. Yeah. So, but either way, it's an absolutely beautiful school that sidetracked. That funding did not come from the federal government. Much of the funding for this school came from the reserve itself, from your business enterprises and putting money away. And Onion Lake is very forward-looking. And when it comes to planning for the students' needs and the future generations, Onion Lake, I think, is a good model for many other First Nations in Canada to look to. And it's in language, educational resources for communities that are interested in bringing Cree back to their communities. There are lots of groups that are, so they're teaching their kids like, no, you got to correct that. And
so they're using the Y up there.
They're teaching with it and then having to correct them and go, oh, we use a different dialect. But Onion Lake very much is a leader in many ways, and we've had lots of schools tour our high school. Since I've been here at the new high facility trying to get ideas, like what would work well. They love our cultural room.
This is a beautiful facility. Like even the students here that could enhance that, or this program could help in that area.
Yeah, and bringing these here, even during our lunchtime, I think that would be good with your portable. All this stuff you have portable.
Yeah, I actually wanted to put
like
them
you
on
did with
a
me
headset.
now. Yeah. By the way, Fraser and I did not plan this. Now that I found out and had students attend with you at the broadcast studio.
Come see. So we have 4 of these actually.
Okay. So you could have
we
three
could have
guests.
up to 3.
3 guests plus yourself. And we should plan that because there's, we could even get some of our athletes talking about some of the sports going on at the school. We could talk to SBC. So as you just mentioned, the drum group, the singers. So yeah, we've got a lot.
We could talk about their goals and their passions and their areas of study they'd want to. What do they want to do after high school, post-sec?
Given also the portability of this equipment too, the next big thing our student band planning is a school-wide ski and snowboard trip to Kinnissoo Ridge. Perhaps that's something you set up in the chalet, and then students as they're coming through might, what are you doing today? And it's all kinds of things that we're.
Cameras like with transmitters, so we have a lot of range.
In May, we have our track. Some, talking to athletes that are there. Oh, what are you competing in today?
Yeah, that'd be
So, but they do have the lunch out there now. So we probably should go head out and see what's going on with that. But I appreciate being invited to sit down with you for a bit. And I do want to come out to the studio one day. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, there's lots.
Yeah, we'll solve some of the world's problems.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
shed light on it.
Thanks a lot for having me, and definitely be interested in coming again with some of our students.
Cool, right on. Thanks for doing this, Kevin.
Yes, thanks, Fraser.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, I'm just gonna sign off, and then I'm gonna start packing up. We gotta do the Kiheo concert tonight. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to log off. Hope you guys have a good day. We'll be at Kiheo set up. That's the plan. Hopefully we were able to do that. But, yeah, I'm going to log off. So we'll catch up again soon.